What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 11. We start today's episode off by looking into the possibility of signing Maximilian Meyer, of course. We tried to sign this guy in the summer. We spent about 26 in-game hours trying to get this guy into our club, but Schalke would not accept any transfer offers we put in. We'll wait and see if we can get him this time around, but probably not because I am a bit of a cheapskate and Schalke don't like that. Also Goretzka as well, another talented young midfielder from Schalke, and we'll wait and see what they say. We asked them if we can take him on loan, but I don't think that's going to happen. We also look at the possibility of signing Patrick Herrmann here of Borussia Mönchengladbach. He looks good. He looks very, very quick, and he's only 22 years old, so he could be a type of player that grows into a fantastic wide man for us in the future, if not straight away. So we inquire whether we can get him or not for £3.8 million. And also Maxime of Stuttgart here. The reason I waited for him is because he had a great game against us in the last game. He played really, really well. I was impressed with his ability, so I thought maybe he could be a good player for us, and wait to see what happens there. And he also scored against us in that game as well. And also a transfer offer for Fabian Holland here. Real Valladolid want him for, was it 600 grand? Yeah, 600 grand. We asked for 650 grand because that is his valuation, and we'll wait and see what the Spanish clubs say. Stuttgart aren't going to let go of Timo Werner, who we put in a bid for in the last episode, so we go ahead and resubmit a new bid for him and wait and see whether we can get hold of him, but I don't think it's going to happen because it is hard to prize away talented young players from the clubs when they clearly know they've got a big future. So I don't think we're going to be able to get hold of the 17-year-old, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But we also saw as well that Bologna came back in for Tempsa and said they will match the 550 grand counter offer we asked for in the last episode. So Tempsa, who we got for free in the summer, looks like he's already on his way to the Serie A after just a few months of football here and only like one game. So Tempsa looks like he's on his way, and that's a simple 500 grand profit there. And also we reject a bid for William Carvalho because there's no way we're getting rid of him. And also Schalke aren't going to let go of Goretzka and possibly Maximilian Meyer as well. And Real Valladolid have matched the 650 grand counter offer we asked for Holland, our left back, so he looks like he's on his way to the Spanish side. And also as well we put in a new bid here for Maximilian Meyer, but I just don't think it's going to happen because he's clearly got a huge amount of potential. He's clearly valued by Schalke a lot, and I really don't see us getting him because it'll cost us all the money we got for Ben Hatira. And the whole reason behind selling Ben Hatira was that we'd be able to sign one player and then hopefully another one as well. So I don't really think we're going to be signing him because I don't really want to pay the premium that Schalke are going to be asking for. But there you go. There are some other targets I'm looking at as well. Correa, I've heard, is very, very good. Markovic of Benfica, of course, a very talented young man. There are some very decent players in this year's career mode, some very decent young players we could look at, not only for the wide areas, but also as a playmaker, if you will, sort of the attacking midfield role. I've been looking at as a possible replacement for Ben Hatira. At the moment, we've got about £5.5 million to spend in total when you consider the wage budget as well. We'd have to take into consideration, and I don't really feel like that's going to be enough money for us to sign a really class player that I've been looking for. So I've basically been putting in bids for like every single player under the sun because, as you guys seem to point out whenever transfer windows come about, I'm a very, very cheap type of player. You know, I'm just a cheapskate, really. You know, I always look for the best deals. I'm sure most YouTubers probably have like one or two targets and then just spend as much money on them as possible just to make sure they get them. I've got like 50 targets I write down and then going for every single one because I just want the best deal, really, you know. So there's a lot of players in here I'm looking at. Sigurdsson, Bakary Sacco, who of course I really wanted in my original career mode, my PS4 career mode, but we can never get hold of. Volland as well, we went in for too. But as you'll see here, all of these clubs say no. You know, these clubs are like, no, these bids are too low. You'll see as well, most clubs say that the reason they're not going to accept the bids is because the players are too valuable to them, and that is really annoying because whenever you get that email and they say it's too valuable, it means you've got to pay a big premium to get hold of them, and unfortunately we don't have the money available to do that. So with that in mind, it doesn't look like we're going to sign any of those players, possibly Herrmann, but we'll have to wait and see. He's the only one we could probably sign at the moment because of course Borussia Mönchengladbach didn't flat out reject us. They actually gave us a fee that they would accept, which was £6.5 million. Tempsa has gone to Bologna for 550 grand, which gives us a little bit more cashish, which is good. And also we saw as well, we had a transfer offer for Pekarik, the right back who we were looking at selling in the last episode, and we'll wait and see who that's from in just a moment. But you'll also see that Fabian Holland, that left back, has gone to Real Valladolid, so he's gone. That's perfectly fine with me. He was never going to get into the side anyway. And as you can see here as well, we've got a load more rejects as well. Loads and loads of emails coming through. I get an 8 in the morning, sit down on my computer, see all of these rejects in my email inbox, and I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, it's going to be another bad day of transfer business. Non-existent transfer business, I should say, because we just can't seem to afford to pay the premiums that these clubs are going to be asking for. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get hold of any of these players, which is really annoying, because I do really want a replacement for Ben Hatira, but it doesn't look like it's going to be any of these players. But we do resubmit a new deal here as well for Maya, because he is the one I really want, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And I'm sure you guys are sitting there just cracking your fingers in frustration, because it's like, it's not going to happen, stop putting bids in. But he's just someone I really want, what can I say. But a bid comes in for Pekarik, Bayer Leverkusen want him for 975 grand. We ask for 1.25 million pounds, which is perfectly fine. It's only 150 grand over his valuation. He's 73 overall, he's only 27 years old, so he's still got a few good years in him, so we'll wait and see what Leverkusen say. But how about this? Despite Stuttgart and San Lorenzo rejecting those bids for those two players, Bayer Leverkusen say they'll give us 1.2 million pounds for Pekarik, which we say yes to, because we don't really need him. Sosa guy now plays right back. You may have seen at Sigurdsson, we've had a transfer offer of just 2 million pounds accepted for Gylfi Sigurdsson, the Icelandic midfielder at Spurs. So Tim Sherwood clearly doesn't rate him, mainly because his name isn't Nabil Bentaleb. So it looks like we could be able to get hold of Sigurdsson, and yeah, that would be very, very good for us, because Sigurdsson is a player I've always liked. In my FIFA 13 career mode with Spurs, he was absolutely awesome. He's a dead ball monster, so I'd love to get hold of him. And Sigurdsson could be joining for a cut price figure of just £2 million. We also put in a new bid for Herman there of £5 million for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and wait and see what they say. And also as well, we saw that Schalke once again rejected a bid for Maya, and I thought, screw, I'm not going to bother anymore. But Sigurdsson decided to decline the contract, which is a real shame. He doesn't want to leave England, which is annoying as hell. He doesn't want to leave Spurs. He wants to stay in London. So we offer him a better contract. We give him a 10% goal bonus and also important first team player status. And we'll wait and see what he says. But once again, we also saw that Pekarik has gone to Bayer Leverkusen. So that right back has gone, which is fine, because I'm just trying to get rid of the players I don't want in the squad. And Pekarik is one of those. I never really got on with him at the start. And since he got injured, he lost his place to Hosagai and he never got back in the team, so he's gone to Leverkusen. We got a bit of money for that, and also we put in a new bid for Sacco of Wolves of £2 million, and we'll wait and see what they say. But we also got a transfer offer for Thomas Kraft here, our goalkeeper. We say no to this because £3.2 million is a bit of an insult, really. He's a very decent goalkeeper. Just don't trust him to catch crosses next to his goal line. Anyone who watched the last episode will know what I'm talking about there. But also Borussia Mönchengladbach actually accepted its £5 million deal for Patrick Herman, so this may be a bit of an overspend for this wide man. However, he does look like quite a decent player, so I'd love to get him in, and it does look like we will be able to make at least one signing before the transfer window ends, because we've only got 1 week left now. So it looks like we will be able to replace Ben Hatira after all. Whether it's Sigurdsson, whether it's Herman, I haven't decided yet, but it'll probably be one of those two players. It may even be both, who knows, touch wood, we'll be able to afford it, but even so, it'll probably be one of those two players. And yeah, hopefully those two players, we can get both of them, but as long as I get one of them, I'll be happy, because since Ben Hatira left, it's been ages and ages and ages, and I just haven't been able to sort out a transfer and a replacement. But thankfully, it does look like we're going to have at least one of them sorted before transfer window closes, which is very important. But we took on Wolfsburg for this game here at home in a bit of an important game, well, a massively important game really, because if we are going to qualify for the Champions League, or at least the Europa League, these are the games we really do need to win. But unfortunately, this game, it was all Wolfsburg, and I really couldn't seem to stop them breaking through. My defence was really poor, but their passing was so accurate. It really was. I genuinely could not get the ball off them. Every single pass was accurate as hell. Couldn't seem to get the ball, and I knew they'd score eventually, but thankfully for us, Kraft was in good form, made a couple of good saves early on. But unfortunately for us, in the 52nd minute, just after we started the second half, Olic passes the ball backwards here. Rodriguez crosses the ball in, and somehow Kevin De Bruyne is all alone in the centre of the area. Kraft comes out to shut him down, but the former Chelsea man slots it into the bottom corner and makes it 1-0 to the visitors. So Wolfsburg take the lead in a very important game here, and that was a real shame for us. But I couldn't seem to break Wolfsburg down. You know, I just could not seem to get the chances, and when I did, the shots were tame. That one there from Serge Gnabry, it was a simple save by the goalkeeper Beneglio, and it was still 1-0. 1-0, and the last chance of the game would fall in injury time here. Like I said, I couldn't find a space. They seem to have so many players back behind the ball. I just couldn't seem to find a space to shoot. When I did, it was getting blocked all the time. Couldn't find a route through. In the 90th minute, we did have a corner though. Everyone came forward, including the goalkeeper, Kraft. Could it be a magical moment for us here? Could the goalkeeper come up and rescue us a point in stoppage time in a very important game here at the Olympic Stadion? Well, he does actually win the header, but unfortunately Beneglio has a simple save. So I was very happy that Kraft actually won a header there, but unfortunately went straight to the goalkeeper's gloves, and the referee then blew for full time. So unfortunately we do lose this very important game. We do lose at home for the first time this season as well, I think, and yeah, very disappointing loss in a big game, and unfortunately for us, we just lack creativity. So hopefully one of those two new signings coming in, hopefully in the next episode, touch wood, will prove to be the creativity we need. But as always guys, thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.